Hedgehog mode. Yeah.
Should we put it in the wrong order? There we go.
Head mode?
Wait, how do you read? Left to right. Wait, no, give me hedgehog, right?
D-N-G. Hedge.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't spell. That'll be kind of funny if I get it wrong.
This is the sale. Yeah. Like, I love that we're not really even pitching. Like the idea, we're just like, this is the thing. It's just hype. It's pure hype. It's pure excitement. Yeah. So excited.
Same.
Even if nobody chooses to do hedgehog mode, I'm psyched.
Hello everyone, can I get your attention for 2 seconds? Cool. Hey everyone, welcome to everyone's favorite session, the kickoff of the hackathon.
A hackathon in general is a time where you get a bunch of people together, like typically sort of engineers, software engineering contacts. You give them maybe a theme, some ideas, some sort of resources to work with, and then say, hey, go build something for 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever it might be, and see what you can make with a bunch of creative people and a lot of energy drinks, probably. The way we do hackathons at PostHog, say, hey, you got 10, 15 minutes, come up with an idea, refine it, and get it down to like a Post-it note. Once we've done that, we get everyone around a wall, and then one by one you get up, you have 20 seconds to sell the entire room on your idea.
If you're done, start gathering around here.
Wait, quick. Let's hide things.
It's happening, all right.
Oh my God.
Okay, you ready? I'm ready. So the pitch for Hedgehog mode this time, I've done this twice already. I've hyped it. I've really put a lot of energy in, but I felt like this is the last chance. If I don't get people on this, I'm not going to do it again. So I needed to go really, really big. So I found Lottie and I straight away said, hey, I need your help with this. Let's team up, at least on the pitch. Even if it doesn't work out, let's team up on the pitch.
Who wants to go first?
No, come on.
We'll go first.
Okay, we've practiced.
You go second.
Ready?
Okay.
All right.
Go.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Lottie.
And together we're the creators of Hedgehog mode.
Hog mode.
Hedgehog, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I tried to pitch it in the first hackathon, nothing.
Nothing.
I tried to pitch it in the second hackathon,
Nothing.
I worked on it on my own time like a loser. Now, for the third and final time, I'm pitching Hedgehog mode, the game! Hedgehog mode is a passion project for sure, inspired by the variety of different little animated characters that you can find in everything from Word to these old desktop sort of games in Windows 95 and things. For a little character that comes on and just provides you a bit of joy, you can move around, maybe waves at you, and we took our mascot Max and turned it into this embeddable thing you can turn on the website, and he just follows you around and says nice things. What does that mean, Lottie? That's right, whatever you want it to mean. We're gonna make the coolest, funnest thing in the company. So join us and make Hedgehog mode the game today! I think it's good. Okay. He pitched a game center immediately after. This is happening.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay. I think it worked well. You could see people are laughing. You could see it spark that sort of joy and interest. What is going on? This is way more over the top than the normal pitch. I realized we didn't really say what the pitch was other than the next version of Hedgehog mode. But it also, I think, dawned on me, I don't really know what I was pitching other than a vibe, an excitement to build a game or something. If enough people feel the same way, are we going to have anyone for our project? All right, let's go. We find ours. Coming through. Hedgehog mode's this way, reminder. It's this way, it's over here. I was really worried that people still weren't going to go for this. When people were starting to pick their hackathons, nobody was really coming over to our Post-it note.
Obviously, you only need a team of 2, so me and Ben were kind of set anyway. We had Raquel, who had promised herself to Ben last year.
Apparently, he tells me. I don't remember that, but maybe I'm being gaslit. I don't know.
So we are up to a group of 3. And I was happy with that. I was like, we can make something cool, it'll be fine. And then you see some more people putting their names on our post-it. And I was like, oh my God, like what is happening? Like this doesn't happen.
And by the end of the decision making, we had 7 post-it notes, like 7 names on our pitch.
Okay, everyone, these are your hackathon teams.
When Tim went around and named off everyone who's working on our team, it's, you know, me, Ben, Raquel. And then it's got Adam, we've got Steven, we've got Pavel. And then we've also got Marius, who is like OG PostHogger.
Having Marius is a surprise for sure, and a very welcome one, but a little bit intimidating at the same time. He's a heavy hitter. He's pretty much good at everything. And he's often good at doing things that you wouldn't expect. So I could see myself pitching a quite simple idea and him going, aha, disappearing and coming back with, you know, how can we make this a bit more polished? Not just a game, but the kind of things that make it feel like a lot of love was put in. And now we have to do the work. But we got 7 people, so should be possible, I think.
It's happening! It's happening! Let's do this!
I'm very excited about this. I love working on it as a side project thing, but sort of video game development is just very, very different to the kind of day-to-day work we do. It's actually going to be really hard. Like that's the other problem with it. I was like, games take so much time. All we need to do is like hone in on a very specific gameplay loop. A lot of the ideas we've had so far, really ambitious. It all sounds very fun.
Let's go like deep. Let's make it like Oblivion, but hedgehogs, like.
Oblivion,
Kidding.
but sometimes just getting the character to move across the screen reliably, that can take for ages. So we already had a session where we got together and had the first ideas, like what kind of game do we want to build? Then the next step is like, okay, like who wants to do what? You work separately, you come together, refine it, go out again, and hopefully by the end of the day have something that is working so that we know we're on the right track. It's going to be tight, but I think that's also what's great about hackathons. I've had my 3 pina coladas. Fair to say, I had 1 pina colada that had nothing in it, and then I think he made up for it with the second one. All right, guys, please tell me you've built the game.
Yes, it's done.
It's done, right? Oh, I knew it was a good idea for me to leave. I realized I just left and went and had lunch and disappeared. But don't panic. It's good. We've got this. Thought it all through.
It was good.
What was good? What? Like a little break was great. We're quite a lot of people, which is really cool. But it's also going to be a bit hard because we have to figure out how to work on the same thing together. So we have to I think pick some components and split out and then just sort of see how it goes. And if we're stumbling over each other, we can rework it. Okay? Cool.
Yes, boss.
I am doing the game UI basically. So the window that opens where you can see there's a window for the game, and then you can see your health score and how many points you have and what the controls are. I'm doing that part of it. I'm trying to not touch the actual game engine of it.
So I want to give you an intro to the game stuff we have so far. Go through it so we can see okay, this is what we have. This is how you can do certain things. What's already there is this actor model. So there's a concept of the hedgehog actor. And each one of the ones walking around is an actor. And then one of them is the player, and the player has controls and all that stuff. There was this sort of storming thing you always have with a new team. A lot of us have never worked together. And once we got past that of okay, how are we all communicating about this thing? We sort of divided and conquered and came up with a plan. We generally have agreed on the idea that we're going to do this sort of brawler, Super Smash Bros, Worms, I guess, but real-time thing, right? Sound good? So the idea being we're going to have a stage. The players come in, they have different weapons, different things. Maybe we can pick up those weapons, maybe you just start with one, I don't know. And then you run around and you're shooting the other hedgehogs and the other hedgehogs are trying to shoot you. If you subdue all the other hedgehogs, then you win and you get points for how many you did, how fast you did, whatever. But if you die, then we get this nice little animation of it game over sort of thing, wasted or whatever, something like that.
Should we not kill other hedgehogs?
We should kill it.
Subdue.
We subdue
Well,
it.
why not just like have other animals or things that you kill?
More work, and also not everyone, but like games like COD where you kill other humans are popular, so I think we just don't need to worry about making it more complicated than it. Let's just kill other hedgehogs, it's funny.
Yeah, I think it's fine. We can always
gonna
like,
be
again, honestly, we just need to get something at this point,
Okay.
and we can change that bit later. So I'm very excited to have Raquel on my team, partly because she promised that she would be on my team, so it's good that she's keeping promises. I think we have a very similar energy at PostHog. We rarely work together. We're always like, we're on opposite sides of the world, but we bring the same sort of like drive and sense of urgency and wanting to like really build a great product. I don't know if she feels as passionately about Hedgehog mode as I do.
The development process is really this is an entirely new code base that someone else on the team, Ben, has kind of started working on a while ago in his free time, and so really had to be introduced to the code base, fix some bugs that he had introduced that he never told us about, which was really fun to start off the day with. But he's a great engineer. So now we're just now that we figured that out, we're just kind of moving forward, maybe.
We realized quite early on that like it's quite a mixed skill level of the group in terms of like what their background is. So some people have very little coding experience. Other people have only done more sort of like server backend type work. And I realized at one point, actually everyone just needed a bit of like a push and a bit of a direction. So I a little bit more prescriptive in the first session and really just said, hey, I think, Steve, you should really think about this. He's not a programmer. So I was like, you could gather the audio, think about like how the game feels, stuff like this. I don't know what you thought, what you would like to do, but like, or what area you'd like to work on. But so we definitely need someone who's willing to like, I think it could be fun if we went and got like recordings of PostHog employees. Just doing little like, whatever, little noises. Yep. We should create a list of like all the things that the hedgehog can do, and then a corresponding like sound we think would make sense. That came out quite well. Obviously for Lottie, she's the graphic designer, that was pretty clear. She's gonna come up with all the graphics.
I've made about 10 to 15 assets so far, like little sprite animations, and each of those will have about sort of 5 to 10 different frames. A sprite sheet, which is what the engineers get from me, will be a sheet of sort of each frame of like, let's say the hedgehog walking, and then when you put them all together, it makes movement. So it's been a busy afternoon.
I feel like we've got some things to try out, see how we're doing, and then we first jump into it, and then we can like also like work on the same bit together. If we're struggling with something, I'll try and just float around and help. And there was a moment about an hour or two in where I felt like people are getting this, we're starting to see the game come alive. There was a lot of trepidation, a lot of worries, and then as it finally sort of came together, then we were sort of like joking and laughing, and I think people saw like, oh, we could do this thing, that would be so much fun. So we like sat by the pool with our laptops out and just got into it. I think this was always a passion thing that I was doing on my own, which is fun. It's like I had Lottie who did the graphics, but I was really doing, the bulk of the programming. And it felt fun, but I wasn't sure if it was fun for other people. What was quite cool was seeing, Pavel, who's never worked on any of this kind of code base before, just get excited and say, yeah, I'm gonna pick up some AI tools. I'm gonna get stuck in and see if I can get sounds into the game. And there was just one moment where he turned the laptop around and, the hedgehog jumped, and as it jumped, it made a little boing noise, and you thought, oh, I think this actually might work. And seeing Adam, just seeing the joy he had of like, oh, I can like make the weapon move up and down as the hedgehog moves. Like, I think that was the shared excitement of it. So that has fully lived up to my hopes. And now we all went for dinner. Everyone's in a super good mood about the next day of hacking. So yeah.
I'm working with a bunch of people that I've not really met before, and we're actually really like bonding and coming together, which sounds so cringy actually when I say it like that. But no, they're really cool. And without this project, I wouldn't have got to know them as well.
Have you heard from Marius, by the way?
No? I assumed he was here.
Nope.
No, he's
Okay,
kind of
that's fine.
disappeared.
We'll figure it out.
I'm concerned he's not doing well.
Not doing well?
Yeah, he was sick earlier.
Oh, shit.
Fine. I'll leave.
I thought you meant like He was
Oh, he responded to Adam.
frustrated.
Caught the plague, so was essentially sleeping for the last 2 hours. The TLDR is that my stomach is growling. I won't get into more details. I'll try to get back on my feet, but we'll probably work in this air-conditioned hotel room for a bit.
Oh man, okay. That's bad. So I think the video game industry is known for crunch, and I've really figured out why. So tomorrow is crunch. Even as we left from dinner and everyone's a bit tired, you could see people are quite keen to just get stuck in because now it feels like it's got momentum. But again, we've still got a day of hacking to figure out if this actually is gonna go anywhere.
Oh yeah, one question. Anywhere I should look in particular? Just into the camera?
Yeah.
All right.
Lovely clap.
Thank you.
Best we've had, I would say.
Oh.
There we go. That's a pro clap.
Yeah, I've clapped before in my life, so not the first time. So my name is Marius. I've been in PostHog for over 5 years, and I'm currently in the DevX team, making the developer experience better for all the engineers in PostHog. This offsite didn't turn out the way I hoped it would. The last offsite was the plague offsite, and I was laughing, saying, ha ha ha, everyone got sick, but not me. And so this time I have a strong body. I was born in the Soviet Union. I've been drinking hard alcohol all my life. My body is ready for anything, yet I'm the only one who fell ill, so oopsie.
Yeah, it was really disappointing that Marius got sick on the first day. I think we all felt a bit of deflation, but we just, we also had so much to do that we just said, okay, that sucks, but like, let's keep moving. Let's see where we get.
Yeah, because I missed a full day of work. We're not as far as we hope to be. So I really need to start catching up today. I spent the entire yesterday just completely horizontal, and I tried vibe coding and I was too tired to vibe code, so that says a lot.
This final day of the hackathon was just pure crunch. We sort of knew what we needed to do and everyone just felt like we don't have enough time. We've just got to zone in on it. Yeah, I sort of put my headphones in for the first time and really just zoned in on trying to have the level design, how are the weapons going to come in, and what's the gameplay bit? Do we have like waves of enemies or things like this?
So last night we all went to bed a bit stressed. We had so much to do. And then this morning over breakfast, we saw Marius is back. So got chatting with him, and he's really taken this project from 0 to 100.
When I saw him at breakfast, and I tentatively was like, hey, how are you feeling? Like, do you think you'd be good to get involved? And then he just said, yeah, I think I'm ready. In fact, I think I've already started getting a cool idea together. And then literally an hour later, we had this destructible map that he built. We threw out all of our other ideas for the level design. We just threw out the window and said, yeah, this, 100% this, it's so much better. But we were sat in a cafe around a table, sort of like just jumping in on each other's stuff, helping each other out. So it really was, it was crunch, but it was really fun. No fun is allowed in this team. Only fun can be had is when we've completed the game. Yeah. Then we can have fun with the game. Until that moment, I don't want to hear a single laugh, a single smile.
You don't want to hear a single smile?
Shh, just don't question me. What do you think?
Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah.
All right, fuck it. We've got a game over screen. I'm just gonna have that, I'm gonna let it fade out, and then we'll show the start menu again. I really want like a, no, something like that. It's so over the top for a little hedgehog. This little hedgehog doing a like dying animation, he's going, oh!
All the deaths here are for some reason Aztec deaths.
Ben,
That's so fucking good.
when the console shows the game should be paused, is there a world.pause?
No. So we're not going to pause it. We're just not going to have it loaded. So the clouds will still move and everything. And then when you press start, we'll do world.load.
What about when someone brings the console up again?
Oh yeah. Then we can do. I'll come over because I think I've fixed my thing.
Okay.
Whew.
We're like really coming down to the wire here.
But we have a start screen. We can start if we can get to where it starts the game and we can play it. Okay, that. Okay, so we need to Can we look for world.load? I think there's a line somewhere that does the load and we need to remove that basically. If we refresh, it should just show the background. It should all be moving. And then when you press, nice.
Moving.
And then when you press start.
Start, nice.
So when it comes to the actual presentations, this has always been my experience at hackathons that you're just so busy in your own world. I mean, to the last minute we were coding. I love that we're all like committing like mad. It's just becoming impossible to merge it all together. You might see a few things here and there of what people are doing, and over lunch you might exchange ideas. In your mind you think, oh, we're working so hard. You don't really think about how hard everyone else is working. And I definitely way overhyped the pitch. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh, is this going to be good enough? I think it's great, but is everyone else going to feel the same? I'm getting really nervous now. I feel like it's actually sort of ready, which is weird.
We are hands off keyboards.
Wait.
Your hands should not be typing anymore. This is it. This is the end of the hackathon. Well done, everyone. Round of applause for yourselves.
Watching the hackathon projects this year, the standard is incredibly high. It's a bit nerve-wracking of like how are people going to see ours, which is a game, compared to some of the other really technical ones.
Some of the stuff I saw was just insane. It really is like, I couldn't imagine how they did that in the time they had. So you got this like whole excitement going, and I'm just getting more and more hype for other people. But I'm also just completely forgetting that like, oh, we're coming up. We need to present our thing. So we went quite late in the presentation list, and then the last pitch where we realized we were next, just hyper nervous. And you can feel the buzz, everyone like, what are we even going to do?
Yes. Okay, we're next.
And quite late in, I realized that I don't have a plan for how we're going to pitch it. So very last minute, just thinking, all right, I got to get into this like different mindset, like go back to the pitch mode, be the hype guy. And I looked around saying, what do we want to do? And people were just like, just go, just do something. I was like, all right. Are you ready, PostHog? For Hedgehog Mode, the game! So I went on and straight away did a big, hype, jumping around, getting everyone psyched, just trying to be a bit silly with it. I think that worked. I think that fit the tone of what we were doing.
I feel like Ben really got it down. He got the energy up. We even got the lights turned off so everyone could see the screen.
That didn't sound like you were ready, but I'm going to move on because we don't have enough time. Okay. Picked up the mic and just started saying whatever came out of my mouth. This amazing group of people has been working on Hogwarts the game. All right, let's jump into it and see it. Here is the next billion-dollar game from PostHog. The first billion-dollar game and the next one. It is a live, real-time brawler. You have multiple characters. You have multiple weapons. We have destructible terrain when you shoot your missiles at the ground. And if you die, we have the most tragic death animation you've ever seen. And we didn't have any technical issues, so we could show the game in its full version. We played around with it a bit, made some jokes, and yeah. I mean, I can barely remember it because it felt like a bit of a blur, to be honest, yeah. So this is Hedgehog Mode, the game, coming to PostHog soon. The final project is like way bigger than my dreams were, for sure.
I'm so happy with how this turned out. I didn't think we would have something so professional looking. And yeah, I feel like this game is actually going to be really fun to play.
I think my biggest inspiration for OG Hedgehog Mode, the little fun sort of buddy that walks around, and this game is just thinking of something that's like fun, something that's actually fun. I think there were a lot of ideas of like, we could do this really complicated thing, it could be really big, we could have this kind of feature, and I just came down to like, what would be enjoyable? What's something that we could show people and they would instantly have a feeling of like, yeah, I want to play that, that looks silly. So I feel like that's what came through for me, and it's also why I'm so happy with it, because there was a moment where I was playing the game and I was like, this is fun, I'm enjoying it, not just enjoying the process of making it. So I think hackathons are a really, really important part of our culture and how we set the tone for building products.
I've been in PostHog for 5 years. This is by far the biggest offsite I have been to, and it's been amazing to see the company grow from, well, a few engineers to close to 100 now.
When you get everybody in a room together and you sort of come up with a shared goal, a hackathon is a shared goal. You're all building your own projects, but you're building towards a shared outcome of like everyone sort of putting this stuff out there and celebrating the work that's done.
As much as I like to give Ben a hard time for being Ben, I think it's the little things in software and in the products that we build that bring joy oftentimes. They're the things that when you're digging deep into your data, it puts a smile on your face. I just think it's one of those things that most companies wouldn't really encourage their engineers to do. And yet in this hackathon, we have multiple of our best engineers on the team contributing towards something that, you know, has questionable shareholder value, if we're going to be honest. And I think it's really cool, not only that we build fun things, but that we support our engineers in kind of doing what they want and what they think is right.
We've actually had quite a few cases where these ideas that were, you know, built in 2 days, clearly not something that can be shipped to production, became sort of the next couple of weeks of focus where we said, hey, like, this is way better than we thought. Why don't we invest in this? Why don't we make it much bigger? I'm not sure if that's going to happen with our Hedgehog video game, but you know, one can dream, one can dream. So we are done, right? Okay, cool. That was fun. I'm very tired. Can I take this off now? All right, thank you. Well, thanks to you guys.